I'm Chris Berman. Well, let's get straight to the action. In our first game this week, we had the Eagles squeeze out a 4-point victory. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, thanks.
The lowdown.
In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Ray Lewis will be on the sidelines for a while, so this defense will need to do some reshuffling in his absence. A hairline fracture of the arm is the initial report, and the doctors are saying he'll be out for 5 weeks. In front of you, we've got the NFC list, and as you can see, they could form their own MASH unit. Mark Simoneau might be the biggest loss on this list. He'll be out for 10 weeks. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
Dennis Northcutt stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Steelers pick up their 3rd win of the season. Thomas Jones rushed for 2 touchdowns and helped his Bears beat the Bills. In the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., we had the Redskins lose by 11. Over at M&T Stadium, we had the Ravens get sent home with a 14-point loss. Seahawks, Falcons. Matt Hasselbeck at the 5-yard line. Tight end might be a good place to look. And the Seahawks go on to win this by the final score of 29-28. The Broncos defense held their opponents to under 50 rushing yards in their win at Invesco Field at Mile High. The Chiefs lost at home and will have to hit the road to meet the Giants. Roy Williams had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. Joey Galloway had over 50 yards receiving and helped his Rams beat the Titans. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Jets win their 4th game of the year. Jaguars, Colts. Peyton Manning calling signals at his own 40-yard line, rolls, then fires a slant. Look at him go! He could go all the way. 60-yard score. The Colts win this one by the final score of 31-10. We had a big trade also of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
We'll shift gears now just a little and have a look at a few trades that should certainly be of interest. Hugh Douglas leaves the Jaguars and is on his way to the Saints, so he should be a great addition to that defensive line from his slot as an outside pass rusher. In exchange, they'll get someone to beef up their roster. Feely is just one of those guys you love to have on your team. He'll be an immediate factor for his new mates.
And last but not least, we had the Giants come away victorious. So another week in the books here on ESPN, but what do you say we hand out a few game balls before we go? Here's my primetime players. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.